I met Max in space. See, ever since I was a boy, I wanted to be an astronaut. I would look up into the sky at its huge expanse, and it was just so inviting. And I didn't want to just jet off to Florida and go to Disney World like all the other kids, no. Although when I did go to Orlando at age 8, the best part was Kennedy Center. NASA, the place they actually launched the rockets from. Like the thought of just sitting in there and blasting off into space at 18,000 miles an hour, breaking through the Earth's atmosphere. People get scared skydiving. I mean, hello, at least you're heading towards the ground. Imagine being propelled into the sky at that speed. Then I discovered that you actually had to be a scientist or an engineer or, something actually relevant to, space travel. And I worked so hard. The parties that I missed in college. And I had FOMO before that was even a thing. But I was so determined to get that degree and to get into space, which I did. My mom was so proud. So I was working in bioscience, just working away, and then the time came, I applied to space school. It was like the greatest day of my life when I got that letter. There were 20 of us, but I knew that there was only room for a select few. The day that I got called into that chief's office was just the best day of my life. You're going to space. I couldn't believe it. After all that work, after all that time, and I was actually launching on July 15th, alone. That was the catch. A solo mission. They wanted to see the effects of being alone as well as collecting significant space matter. Oh, I was just so excited. Like all birthdays and Christmases all in one. My little sister sang this song, Defying Gravity, to me at the top of her lungs. It's from this musical with a green witch that she persuaded my parents to take us to. I was a little nervous. I'd never spent that much time alone. I'd read all I could to understand alone living and the best ways to prepare for it, but it's one thing living on your own and it's another being 34 million miles away. But before I knew it, it was time. Prepare to launch. T minus 30 seconds. This is it. T minus 15. 12. 11. 10. Oh boy. 8. 7. 6. 5. Oh Jesus. 3. 2. 1. 0. Liftoff. What a feeling. Oh, what a feeling. Just the sheer force, the speed, the sky getting darker, going through the Earth's atmosphere. I knew they were all watching down there from home, but it was just me up here experiencing it. This was all I'd ever wanted to do. But after 3 months up there, it was getting, kind of lonely. Until one day, I was sleeping when, clunk, the airlock. I was suddenly jolted wide awake, and I looked out. A small craft had docked with mine. What on God's earth was... I froze. I should have run to secure the door, but then before I knew it, the most radiant man emerged. Hi, I'm Max. What are you doing here? I've come to keep you company, he said. Where are you from? They sent me to make sure that you weren't going stark raving mad up here. Not only was I doing my dream job, but I had my dream man for company. Maybe a little older, but obviously it works out. And he wasn't just buff. He had an incredible mind. He was a neuroscientist. We just talked and talked. There wasn't much else to do, except for experiments and the reasons I was in space in the first place. But Max was a distraction. I'd worked so hard my whole life. that I didn't really have time to just be. Never had time for a relationship, really. I'd been training in Houston for so long, and you really weren't meant to have a thing with a fellow astronaut. But up here, who would know? I could just switch the cameras off for a little while, and there'd been no official reports of coitus in space, but there were rumors. One night, we looked out at the stars. I mean, we were always looking out at the stars, but there's something about this night. Looking down at the earth, so small. And then you begin to think about life, the universe, everything, and the worries of life just seems so far away. Especially when Max touched my face so softly. And then we kissed. And maybe we were the first couple to make love in space. You kind of feel like you're out of your body up there anyways, but this was, I didn't think space could get any better. But there was Max, making it the most incredible experience of my life. Ground control were getting concerned about me, but I said, it's okay, I've got Max here, and he's a great guy. They looked at me like I was talking about my imaginary friend. I was confused. They were confused, but the mission was going to plan, so... Well, until I woke up one day and... Max? Max, where are you? Are you hiding, or... That was a stupid question, because there was nowhere to hide. He'd left. How did I not hear him leave? Why didn't he wake me up to say goodbye? For the first time, I'd been in love. And the place I loved most. I'll probably never go into space again. You usually only get one shot. And life down here on Earth is just so heavy with all this